Welcome to another safety video brought to you by the Virginia Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy.
Today we want to discuss with you the beginning of the shift inspections carried out by the certified foreman and the work area inspection carried out by every miner.
In recent years, investigations of serious injury and fatal accidents across the country have pointed to these inspections as one of the primary tools in preventing injuries and fatalities. Ensuring that these examinations are done and done well is the first step.
Hazard recognition and how to properly perform these inspections should be key elements of task training for miners and foremen.
Today we are joined by Ralph Covington, a plant manager with Martin Marietta Materials, and Eddie Booth, the overall site foreman for this company. Both are experienced certified foremen, and we appreciate having them with us today to talk about their approach to the training of their people and carrying out these important mine site examinations.
We will start in the secondary plant area. Eddie, tell us how you prepare for and carry out your beginning of the shift examination of this area.
During the morning pre-shift inspection, you want to go through and do a complete ride through, check for, make sure no obstacles on the yard, all berms and signage is in place, do a general overlook of the plant and just making sure nothing seems out of the ordinary. During that time, you have the other employees that are assigned to their workplace areas. They'll go through and do their proper beginning of shift examination as well.
As you know, our Virginia mineral mining regulations require all miners to do workplace examinations prior to starting work and frequently thereafter. You mentioned that in your opening, Eddie. You want to talk a little more specifically about how that works here in the plant and yard area?
Sure. During the pre-shift examination, each employee is assigned the areas that they will be for that day. They need to there's a checklist that they need to abide by to make sure everything is in place as far as guards, handrails, walkways free of obstructions. I mean, it's a complete thorough list. Here I have Andy. He's the secondary operator at the site here, and he's going to discuss some of the things that he looks for once he's doing his pre-shift inspection.
As I make my way into the plant, I'm looking over here for any rollers that may have fallen, and we try to get them back up because we don't want them to fall, hit a truck or hit somebody. As I go into the plant, I'm looking for spillage of material. If it's anything major, we try to get the shovels or get the water hoses and get that cleaned up in a prompt manner. I also have tunnels that I need to go into and check the lighting in there, make sure all my lighting is working and in proper working condition. If it's not, I contact the lead man immediately and we get those bulbs replaced or contact the electrician to have it checked out. I'm also looking at the conduit on my equipment down at ground level and up above. If I can reach and touch it, I'll grab it to make sure everything is good and tight. I'm also looking at the guarding on my conveyors and on my screens, any type of moving equipment, make sure everything is good and tight, make sure nothing has broken loose throughout the day of operation, and just in general keep an eye on things throughout the day. Once you start the plant up, you have a constant vibration and wear and tear. Anything could break loose throughout the day, and you just want to keep an eye on everything. If you see something that is broken, contact your lead man immediately. We'll shut down operations and we'll do what we can to get it fixed in a quick manner.
Primary crusher dump locations should be provided with a means of communication between the crusher operator and the haul truck drivers. This might be lights, or a horn or even radios so the truck driver knows when to dump into the crusher. Eddie, tell me how you go about training the miners who work in this area.
Well, Paul, during the workplace inspections, the guys are trained to go through and look at all the catwalks, the integrity of the equipment that they're entitled to run, and the tasks that needed to be complete. During that time, it may take days, weeks, months in order for that to be completed. Just everything doesn't happen during one shift or another shift, and to be certain that everybody understands and stays focused on the job at hand, it takes a little longer than normal to complete certain tasks. Each one has a form they need to fill out during their pre-shift examination. Going through, you're checking handrails, catwalks, looking for any loose electrical, anything out of the ordinary that doesn't look right for that day.
So for this area, the foreman's beginning of the shift examination would include the berms, the stop block, the general road conditions, and any other conditions around here that would create a hazard to the miners. Ground control is a key element in training of all miners working in the pit and the certified miner's inspection. Ralph, how do you typically handle your beginning of the shift examination of general pit areas?
Paul, pre-shift inspection examination of the pit area, roads, we'll come in, check all berms, roads, haul roads, all high walls, ramps, and the work areas at a distance in the plant. As far as blasting, when we have blasting set up, all of that's corresponded to visitors and noted at the office. Everybody stops at the office, signs in, has a site-specific training, and then they proceed, or either they're escorted.
How do you train your folks who work in the pit to do their work area inspections?
Well, Paul, the employees in the pit area, they're trained to inspect their area as the day progresses, because all things change. High wall configuration change, and if they see anything deemed unsafe, they'll notify the foreman or myself. And during the process, they do workplace examinations, a sheet form they fill out at the beginning of the shift. And if anything changes during the shift, they let us know if haul roads need improvements, stone on them, or extra water.
We hope our conversation has added to your awareness of the importance in carrying out beginning of shift and work area inspections and the training necessary to ensure they're done properly. Hopefully, you will take a look at your own practices and training and see if improvements can be made at your own operation.
We want to thank Martin Marietta Materials for their help in making this video, especially Ralph, Eddie, and Andy for sharing their practices with us. We hope in some way that we have contributed to the safety of your workforce.